We better get moving. My, my boys from home are texting me about Brett this morning. They have some. Bauer really could use some life out of Brett. I said, I said, oh geez, Brett going up. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, that would be nice. I said, oh shit, really? I said the ETH price is getting suppressed so fucking hard right now. The volume's flying and the price isn't moving. Study crime. I said World Liberty bought 147 mil of ETH the day before and day of inauguration. The price didn't do shit. On the sticks. Yeah, and somehow BNB just went up only for forever with everything else is all over the place. BNB is just are we live? Oh, nice. How long?
Fixed.
I can hear you.
Ah, yeah, you can. It's on the Streamlabs. I should be good now, though. Can you guys
Stream
hear me?
jabs.
Stream Fabs. Priyama, we can't hear you. Can you hear me now, Ollie? Give me the fucking green light.
Check.
Gentlemen, this is what happens. We were just talking about studying crime. Mike is muted. Priyama, we can't hear you. That's good now. Fantastic. I was saying crime is bullish. You guys want that. Crime is good. You want price suppression. You want max fear, max pain. Everybody capitulating. Everybody selling. It's over. It's over. But if it's so over, why would World Liberty Financial, Donald Trump's family's fucking crypto company, be shoving literally? And you guys can look at the wallet. I actually can. I can pull up the wallet on EtherScan. They've bought hundreds of millions of dollars of Ethereum over the last couple days, literally the last few days. Hundreds of millions of dollars of Ethereum, and then hundreds of millions of dollars of wrapped Bitcoin, which is Ethereum. It's wrapped Bitcoin, so it's on the Ethereum blockchain. That's all that wrapped Bitcoin is. So they're not buying regular Bitcoin on the Bitcoin blockchain. They're buying their Bitcoin on Ethereum. Okay, it's wrapped. So, anyways, oh yeah, Naeem, we're good. Beautiful. But yeah, study crime. And the sentiment around Ethereum in the markets right now is fucking hilarious. People are losing their minds. Vitalik, the founder of Ethereum, going like, melting down. The Ethereum Foundation is melting down. Justin Sun said he was going to step in, start burning Ethereum, try to help push the price to 10,000. All the people who own Ethereum and Ethereum Beta losing their minds, capitulating, selling. It's hilarious. And the price of Ethereum has been ranging between $3,500 and $3,200 for the past month and a half. Like the price hasn't even changed on Ethereum, but everybody's losing their mind. It's incredible the emotions they can pull out of people. These market makers, by the way they manipulate, it's incredible. Like people are losing their minds. Ethereum's the same price as it was fucking. Yeah, it's just the time aspect of it. It's the time that's killing people. It's taking too long, so they're losing their minds. It's like,
Yeah. I mean, I think it's the time, and I also think it's relative to what the rest of the market's doing too. It's like if Bitcoin was just ranging sideways for the past month and a half, also, and like AI coins and everything else was just ranging sideways, people would be like, all right, it's whatever. But whenever everything else is moving and Ethereum's just kind of sitting dead on the mat, yeah, that's when people start to lose it. Um, but I heard a conversation. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. They were saying if if people thinks it would be a good idea to kind of have a public figure representing Ethereum instead of Vitalik because he's just such a unrelatable fucking weirdo.
goofy,
Yeah, just such a goofy
like
and
a sailor, like a Michael Saylor to Bitcoin.
exactly. Yeah, and so people were wondering if that would be a good idea because it's not like you don't want someone too authoritarian to be the face of it because it's supposed to be a decentralized currency. Like you don't want someone that's acting like they're in charge of what it's going to do. But what do you think on that? Do you think it'd be beneficial to have someone else that's kind of a moon boy for Ethereum other than Vitalik?
I don't. It's a large enough asset at this point where I don't believe it matters because financial institutions control it now. It has an ETF, so TradFi is involved with it, and you could argue that Trump and his company are going to become that figurehead anyways because they are shoving Ethereum, which in my opinion is a lot more bullish than Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor is just a public citizen that has a company that's publicly traded where he apes Bitcoin and he's kind of the figurehead for it, but he doesn't necessarily himself have political power or power over Bitcoin itself. Somebody like Trump and his company that he has with the World Liberty Financial that's shoving Ethereum, I'd argue that's more bullish for ETH because he can actually pass legislation that is bullish. He can game the system to make it bullish for Ethereum. That's way better than Saylor. Saylor can just buy Bitcoin.
It's next level crime.
Yeah, it's next level. That's what I'm saying. Crime is
You can just
bullish.
make the crime legal.
Exactly. Exactly. That's bullish. Now it's no longer crime. They just made it legal. They made the crime legal.
Yeah, they just changed the laws.
Yeah, it's bullish. And so, anyways, the other reason that people are capitulating too is because most people that are retail investors, they don't hold Ethereum. So Ethereum has been ranging. The price hasn't been changing that much, but it's the beta, the altcoins that are getting slaughtered right now. So people are seeing their portfolios drag down over the last month and a half, and so they're losing it because they see all these gains going back to the market, which I understand that. I mean, mentally it is draining to see your portfolio draw down, but that's the whole point of holding ETH beta. This is the thing that people have to remember. With every action, there has to be an equal and opposite reaction. So if you want to be able to have outsized gains to the upside and have generational wealth opportunities, you're going to have to bear the downside that comes with that. You can't have outsized upside without outsized downside. It's levered Ethereum. Ethereum beta is levered Ethereum. So if it's levered to the upside, it's going to be levered to the downside too. You got to understand what you're trading. So you can't allow that to ruin you mentally, because if it wasn't behaving that way, that would be a bad thing. Our ETH beta is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. What it's doing is what it's supposed to happen. It's not broken. It's supposed to be levered to the downside as it is to the upside. If it wasn't, then that would be a bad thing. Then we're just holding random coins that might pump or not. We don't know. But with what we're holding, it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. So it's not something that makes me scared. It's just, okay, well, we're just waiting for Ethereum to pump. And if Trump and his whole company and his team are aping Ethereum, then I'm not sitting here afraid of whether or not Ethereum's going to pump. Trump's not in the business of not making money. He's in the business of making money. So I would assume if he's aping Ethereum, he probably plans on it pumping pretty hard. And Larry Fink, the owner of the guy running BlackRock, they're also aping Ethereum. So, and people don't talk about that one as much either. But don't you think, well, if they're aping Ethereum, the largest financial institution in the world, probably bullish. I mean, that's just me.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean it's been the same thing every cycle. It's like, yeah, the dates that certain things happen have been slightly different from cycle to cycle to cycle. It's like you can't predict what's going to happen exactly to the day, and you don't know on the smaller time frame what the charts are going to look like on, days or weeks or whatever. But in the grand scheme of things, we have an idea of what's going to happen. But one theme that's always remained the same is smart money and institutional money buys whenever no one wants it, and they buy whenever everybody else is selling. So I think in my head, and that's what I've been thinking the past few months, is like, what last cycle or the cycle before last, whenever I had no idea what crypto was, I didn't understand it at all, what would I be doing the past few months? It's like I would have been selling every time I was down 20, 30%. And then as soon as it started to pump again, I would have jumped back in, and then I would have sold on the downtrend. And like this whole time before, and what normies have been doing this whole time is just losing money, losing money, losing money the entire way down. It's like if you've held with conviction since we started talking about this stuff, April, May, June of last year, actually a little bit earlier, you're not down.
Still up.
Yeah, it's like you're still up. if you got in when we did. And even if you didn't, even if you are down overall on your portfolio right now, you haven't recognized a loss. So don't capitulate and go and chase. Cause like, I mean, I was talking to Priamo. It's like we see the AI coins pumping on Solana. It's tempting. We see Bitcoin ripping. It's tempting to get into Bitcoin and, buy NFTs that are going to move according to what Bitcoin's doing. And, we see coins on like meme coins on the base network have been performing really well lately. So it's tempting, but you just end up getting burnt because Crash put out a good tweet and he kind of made a joke out of it. But, he was saying you can't get upset at the performance of your bags whenever it's not the right season. So whenever Ethereum isn't doing shit yet, you can't think that your positions that you have on the base or on the Ethereum network that are levered Ethereum, you can't say that they're underperforming. It's just not the right season. So once Ethereum starts moving, like if we get, which I'm sure that we will here over the next few weeks, especially we'll see how the conversation goes this afternoon with Bukele. But, over the next few weeks, if Ethereum starts to pump, it gets back over 4,000, finally breaks through that kind of glass ceiling. It's hit 3-4 times at around 4,000. Finally breaks through that, starts pushing for like 4,500, 5,000 here over the next few weeks. If that happens, and the altcoins stay on the mat and they're not moving, yeah, we might have a problem. But until then, until it's the right season to get performance out of these positions, you can't say it's underperforming. It's just not the right time.
Yeah, exactly. Just doing exactly what it's supposed to do. You're just not happy with what it's doing. It is what it is. 8 more. I bought more. I bought more Andy this morning. So I put my money where my mouth is. Like I'm fucking aping because I know that as soon as this Bitcoin strategic reserve gets announced and Bitcoin takes its next leg up to about 120, 125, we're cooking, baby. We're back in business. So I do want to show, just so people understand the context of what's going on right now, what's happening in the crypto space. So in terms of legislation, so let me actually share my screen so you can see this, Harry. Let me see. Okay, can you see this?
Yep, I can see it.
All right, fantastic. So, all right, number one, study crime. CZ, we got to get CZ pardoned, by the way. We got to get him back on the sticks at Binance and get Binance to start accepting USD again. But look at this, okay? So let's start actually here, and then we'll go back to CZ. So this morning, if you guys weren't paying attention, Senator Cynthia Lummis, or no, it's Lummis, because she said it sounds like hummus. She was appointed the head of this new department. So she's honored to be the chair, the Senate Banking Subcommittee, Subcommittee on Digital Assets.
You just roll the T.
Yeah. I'm so fucking geeked up. I'm like 8 espressos deep. I'm bullish.
You like sound like what's that fucking rapper from Texas, the fat dude?
Oh, the black dude or the Mexican dude? Mexican OT.
Dude. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that does sound like him. Yeah, it's in my blood. So, okay, so she gets appointed the Senate Banking Subcommittee on Digital Assets. Okay, aka we're gonna get a fucking Bitcoin strategic reserve. So here's her official message she put out this morning, 10:44 a.m. Eastern. So digital assets are the future, and if the United States wants to remain a global leader in financial innovation, Congress needs to urgently pass bipartisan legislation establishing a comprehensive legal framework for digital assets and that strengthens the U.S. dollar with a strategic Bitcoin reserve. This is in her official statement as the head now. I am humbled. My colleagues have placed their trust in me to chair this historic subcommittee, and I look forward to being the shepherding bipartisan legislation to President Trump's desk this year that secures our financial future. Okay? AKA, she's basically confirming that this is exactly what they're going to go for. So it's confirmed that they're going to try to set up the reserve. It's not saying 100% they're going to do it, but they're going to try. Like, there's no bullshit. They're going to try to set it up. So that's huge, obviously, clearly. Okay, then look what CZ does. He tweets it, and he says, U.S. strategic Bitcoin reserve pretty much confirmed, crypto moving at crypto speed again. So why is CZ doing that? Well, CZ knows he's basically the head of the crypto space. He's the ultimate whale, multi-billionaire off of crypto, runs the biggest exchange in the world, etc. He's doing this because he's trying to pump prices. He's trying to pump bags. He knows that this is going to probably happen, and he's going to bull post it because he wants people to. He's trying to basically speak it into existence. So, and he would know. These guys, these big, massive whales, they know what the fuck's going on. This is why you get market manipulation, because they're being told what's going on behind the scenes. So then they start loading up on assets before something like this actually comes out. And that's why you saw the market manipulation over the last week or two. So CZ's bull posting that. And then you also got this right here. President Trump says the United States will be the world capital of artificial intelligence and crypto. Okay, bullish. And then there was one other one that I had. How did we get something so simple so wrong for so long? What's this? I don't know, whatever. What was the one other thing I was going to look at? Oh, Trump meeting with Kelly. I'm going to show this one real quick. That doesn't look like that. Where's the tweet I want? It's from Whale Insider. Hold on. Oh, here, right here. Okay, so President Trump to hold call today with El Salvador's Bitcoin president Nayib Bukele. So why is he meeting with Bukele? So if you guys don't know this, so he's the president of El Salvador, and El Salvador is one of the only countries in the world who has a Bitcoin reserve. So Bukele already has one for El Salvador. So he's been accumulating Bitcoin for the past couple of years, and they gave him a hard time about it. Everybody was talking shit, and his own government, you shouldn't be buying Bitcoin. Why are you buying it? The price is going down. He was doing this during the bear market 2022. And Bitcoin goes to all-time highs now, and his crypto bag, his Bitcoin bag, is fucking hundreds of millions of dollars. So Trump, why is he meeting with Bukele? Well, because he's one of the pioneers of this, of having a strategic reserve of Bitcoin for the country. So basically, Trump's going to meet with him, have that conversation at 2:30, boom, 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 then sign the executive order. It looks like he's going to do right after, hopefully, basically saying, all right, the U.S. is doing it. So that's why he's meeting with Bukele. That's the significance of that phone call. So it says up here, so Donald Trump is scheduled to engage in a telephone conversation with Bukele, the president of El Salvador, known for his pro-Bitcoin policies. This call is set for 3:30 Eastern. While there is an unverified claims of an upcoming executive order related to Bitcoin, these remain speculative. So speculating whether or not that he gets the executive order out today, but he is meeting with him. So they're trying to do it. Like, so you guys understand, they're going to do the Bitcoin reserve. And when that comes out, that the U.S. is going to build a Bitcoin reserve, bruv, it's over. It's over.
Yeah, because who was it a few months ago that was saying that that wouldn't be possible or that it would be illegal? You remember? They were saying that like a Bitcoin reserve would never be possible.
Yes.
And here we are 2 months later. It's like,
it's Pompino. And Pompino, man, he's here. And I was telling a guy that just started investing in the boys club. So you start buying Andy, Wolf, Brett, Pepe just about a week or two ago. He was getting some big bags, and we were talking about it before Trump actually got inaugurated. He's saying, well, how high do you think Bitcoin could go? Or do you think there could be a Bitcoin reserve? And I was telling him, I said, I don't believe really, truly that we would get a Bitcoin reserve. I don't think it's possible. Or it's possible, but I don't think it's going to happen. And I'm not going to factor that in to my long-term goals with crypto and when I plan on selling. I'm not going to factor it in. It'd be amazing if it happened, but I'm not going to expect it to happen. Then it's happening. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's always the most unlikely, most entertaining outcome that just ends up being the case. So now 3 days in, we're going to get it. This is incredible. I mean, this is huge. So
yeah, and I think that should tell people too where his priorities are. It's like he's been in office for 3 days, and obviously he has extensive plans. There's a ton of stuff he wants to be able to accomplish during this administration. And within the first few days, he's already announcing, he's putting people in position to make huge positive impacts on the crypto space. He's setting aside time to meet with Bukele about getting this national Bitcoin reserve set up for the U.S. And this stuff's all happening within his first week in office.
Mm-hmm.
So, people were freaking out saying, oh, he didn't mention crypto during his, inauguration speech, freaking out about it. But yeah, I mean, he's obviously making it a massive priority. this stuff's happening in the first 3 days, and I think we're gonna, yeah, definitely continue to see a lot more of it.
Exactly. And look at this is I just pulled up Bukele so we could see his bags. So his crypto bags are at $611 million. So Bitcoin office, this is El Salvador. So this is his strategic reserve. He has 6,043 Bitcoin. Looks like they added 18 Bitcoin in the last week. And he literally has this on his phone. It's hilarious. It's like his portfolio. So he'll post screenshots from his phone. It's hilarious. It's just on his fucking phone, his crypto bags for El Salvador. So this is how much El Salvador has. And so this is why Trump is meeting with them. You guys want to know how much Bitcoin the U.S. has? I'll show you right now. So they confiscated this from the Silk Road. So right now the U.S. has Silk Road BTC worth to Coinbase. I'm trying to see if we can see the full position. It's about 20 billion. Here it is. Is this it? Update: users going to start sold any Silk Road BTC holdings this time. In fact, the wallet has never been an outgoing transaction. Here it is right here. So Bitcoin balance. So they have $6 billion worth of Bitcoin in here. Okay. Yeah, 6 billion. So that's without even buying any Bitcoin. This is just what the U.S. is holding from the Silk Road confiscation. So whenever they shut down that website, I know, whenever they shut down that website, they picked up 6 billion of Bitcoin. Well, it wasn't that at the time, but it is now. So all Trump has to do is sign one executive order. All of a sudden, they got a $6 billion Bitcoin reserve. That's it. Boom, sign it. And what's going to happen? What the market is going to do is they're going to end up pricing in this 70,000 Bitcoin into the market, because before the actual reserve happened, this Bitcoin could theoretically enter the market as a sell. So they have to price in the fact that this Bitcoin is sellable. But if this Bitcoin, this 70,000 Bitcoin, all of a sudden becomes unsellable, being that they're going to use it for the reserve and they're just going to hold it and add to it, that's in and of itself will send the price of Bitcoin up, because now the market's going to price in the fact that this Bitcoin is not going to hit the market again. So that's the significance of it just being signed in the first place. 70,000 Bitcoin is now going to be able to get priced in as there's not going to be that's not going to be available supply, right? So, any thoughts on that, Harry?
No, I mean it makes sense. Yeah, I didn't even know that this existed. So this is this is the first time I've seen this wallet. Um, yeah, I mean I've never seen. Is that a likely possibility that they're going to do that? That they're going to make that move? Do you think? Just because I've never seen. It's like it's kind of like drugs confiscated from, a stop that the FBI or the whatever, they pull over a cartel vehicle and find a few $1 million worth of drugs or whatever, or illegal weapons, and then the U.S. government takes those cartel weapons and then sells them to the U.S. military. It's like I haven't seen that, but this is obviously a little bit of a different scenario. But I also don't know, like, if they find and confiscate money from the cartel, what typically happens with that money? Like, if it's just US dollars, do you know?
Oh, if it's money,
Because I don't know why this would get treated any differently.
well, this would for sure, because they're not gonna. It wouldn't make no sense for them to sell this. They're not gonna sell 70,000 BTC and then buy it back. Like they're gonna keep it for sure.
Yeah.
I
Well,
get what
I'd
you're saying
imagine,
though.
but I'm wondering, like, with the, if they confiscate from like the Mexican cartel, they find, $50 million or $40 million, whatever, in USD and cash and physical paper money. I wonder what they do with that.
I'm sure they keep it. I mean, because what else would they do with it? They
They
can't.
have to.
Yeah, they would have to keep it because they can't. They're not going to burn their own U.S. supply. It's actually illegal to even burn or destroy U.S. currency. So they're not going to destroy it. They're
Yeah.
not
So I
going to
don't know
give
why
it
they
back.
wouldn't. Yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't keep this.
Yeah, no, yeah, they'll definitely keep this for sure. That wouldn't even make any sense if they made a strategic reserve and then just well, because think about it, they've been holding this for 10 years at least now, at least 10 years, more than 10 years. Because whenever they sent Ross, he just got pardoned. By the way, Ross got pardoned, so he got out of jail. He was the one who created the Silk Road. They took this. They threw him in jail like 11 years ago, so they've had this for at least 11 years.
I saw some people posting about it. They were a little upset
About what?
about him getting pardoned.
Upset.
Yeah.
Bro, these guys are. Yeah, they. If it was them though, they wouldn't be fucking upset. The dude, all he did was create the website. He wasn't the one doing the illegal activity. But I understand why they tried to place blame on him. But the guy shouldn't have had 2 life sentences for making a website that other people use nefariously.
Yeah. It's kind of like the whole thing that was going on about what was it Telegram?
Yeah. The guy got thrown
founder
in
of
jail.
yeah, the founder of Telegram, and then everyone was coming out about it. They're like, you can't. It's not like if like Toyota. The example I remember Tate was using on his stream. He was talking about Toyota, and it was whenever he was arguing with Chat GPT over over that legal decision. They were saying if Toyota manufactures a truck and then that truck ends up getting purchased by ISIS, and then ISIS goes and commits horrible war crimes in that Toyota truck, are they going to hold Toyota responsible for the crimes committed by ISIS using their vehicle?
Exactly.
It's like, after people are on there, you can't control what they're doing.
Exactly. The reason they threw, I believe his last name is Pavel, is the
Yeah.
Telegram guy. Yeah. The reason they threw him in jail is because government agencies similar to the CIA went to him and said, we want a back door into Telegram's encryption so we can spy on people. And he said no. That's why they threw him in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's because he didn't comply. He said, no, the whole reason that we have Telegram is so that it is encrypted, so they can't be spied on by the government, so people can have some anonymity, some fucking privacy. Oh, you don't want to give us the back door to your code? Jail. So, yeah. They don't, and that's the thing about governments is they don't care about whether or not you're guilty. They care about whether or not you're complying. So they don't care if somebody, if he would have given them the back door to Telegram and there were, ISIS and all these other groups using Telegram to kill people, they wouldn't throw them in jail. They'd be like, "No, you're cool. As long as we got the back door, we're good." So they don't care about the crime. They care about compliance. So, all right, gentlemen. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, I think that's the big thing that shifted in the way that the whole criminal the way that everything works now. It's like before a crime would be committed, and then they'd go and look for the person that committed the crime and try and solve it. It's like now they pick out the person that's an issue or a problem to them, and then they go looking for a crime to tie to them so that they can get the desired outcome that they're looking for. And it's like it's just so twisted now. It's like people, they don't have crimes committed and then go look for what happened. They find a person that's a problem to them or a threat, and then they go looking for crimes, interview all the people that they've ever had interactions with, check their whole background, talk to every person that they know, any person they've had any association with, and just try and dig up something, which is crazy. Like, I feel bad, honestly, for a lot of celebrities and a lot of public figures and a lot of famous people that have taken a stand against, the norm and kind of gone against the grain, because they're just coming down on them so hard and have been for years. I mean, we saw it with Tate. We saw it with a lot of people.
That's a fantastic point. Yeah, they find the person. They decide the person and find the crime.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So, anyways, bullish on that. So, we'll get a strategic Bitcoin reserve. At this point, I know it's going to happen. It's just they've been talking about it way too much for it not to happen. So, we're going to get it. So, gentlemen, you're not fucking bullish enough would be my first thing to say on that. Let's just take a look at Bitcoin structurally, just so you guys have an idea where we're at. So I got a lot of lines.
6-hour candle.
Yeah, banger. This is whenever they started talking about it. Boom, meat stick. But look at the manipulation on Bitcoin on a lower time frame, just so you guys can see this. The manipulate. Let me get some drawings off of here. So we're not coming back down here, so we'll get rid of this. We already grabbed this liquidity, so we'll get rid of that. Okay, we had a... Oh, I heard some...
I had to knock on wood.
Yeah, okay.
You said we're not coming
I
back
thought there was
down
somebody
here.
at the fucking door or something.
No. It's Pumpino.
He's coming in to pump our bags.
Yeah, he's telling me we're pumping.
Yeah, you got the. All right.
Pump.
So we got. This was the range we had on Bitcoin. Let me get rid of this too. All right. So we had our bear trap outside of the range. We had our bull trap at the top of the range, which is good because then you get. What's it called? Why is the word slipping my mind?
Bitcoin stepped in bear crap or bear trap.
What's it called again? It has, if it's the same on both sides.
Symmetry.
Symmetry. My goodness. Yeah. So there's symmetry. So we have symmetry on the range now, which is good. So we got our bull trap deviation, range deviation. We got our bear trap range deviation to take this liquidity, which was over here, or yeah, this one over here and this one. So we got our deviation. We came back up. We broke out of the mid range. We came back up here. So we broke out of this normie trend line. We started pumping, got out of the range. So here is where you start seeing some massive manipulation. So Bitcoin wanted to break out here, but the big players did not want it to break out. So that you get this super goofy price action. This looks so unnatural. It's just nuke, pump, nuke. Like, look, people were trying to bid it as soon as we retested this trend line, this normie trend line. We retested it, pump, pump. They nuke it again, pump. They nuke it again, pump. They might try to nuke it one more time. But look at how unnatural this looks. This is not normal price action right here. This is, and look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green or red candles. This is clear twapping, market manipulation. So if we go even on a lower time frame, like the hourly, look at this.
Someone's sitting on the hourly, just beep.
Yeah,
beep,
just
beep.
nuking it. Right. So we tried to break out, nuked it. So it's trying to break out again here because it broke this high, nuked it. Then buyer stepped in, fucking. We're aping, nuked it again, aping, just gradual push down, push down, push down, push down until we get the news this morning and then boom, pump again. So, like, you're not going to see this pattern on any other, that's not a normal pattern, this right here. So that's manipulation. You look at the volume that was coming in too. So this is the inauguration. So as soon as the inauguration happens, Bitcoin pumps, right? And then you get this massive manipulation to the downside again, so people can continue to reaccumulate. And that's why you see these massive volume spikes right here. Okay. So it's getting manipulated right now. Same thing when you look at Ethereum. Okay. It's a very similar set of price action. Why did I lose my drawings on Ethereum? Okay.
You normally use ETHUSD?
Yeah. Why the fuck did I lose my drawings? Hold on.
You got another one opened up on the far right, or is it on that one?
No, this one's targets. ETH targets.
Okay.
That's for the private crypto plays. Only the gentlemen in private crypto plays get that one. Yeah, they get to see when we're going to be selling, but I'm not telling you two when we're selling. That's why you got to be in the Taylor's code. So I don't know what the fuck happened to my drawings. I had drawings on here. Okay.
This shit looks like it's coiling hard as fuck.
Yeah, this is the same type of price action that we're getting on Bitcoin. So look at that structure, and then let's go on a lower time frame and look at this structure. See, it's the same. It's literally the same thing. Look.
When bull flag?
Yeah. So this right here is clear manipulation. They're literally, people are trying so hard to pump it, and then they keep nuking it. They pump it, nuked it, pump it, nuke it. Like, just instantly. This is on the hourly time frame. This is within hours. So let me turn on the volume so you guys can see this. Look at this. So yeah, the volume comes up right in here. So it does something like this. So you see how buyers are stepping in. And then right here, volume's peaking, gets to this top, and then we start moving over. Volume comes in again to nuke it back down. Buyers are stepping in, trying to pump it back up. And now we're starting to get some more low volume, but now the volume's picking back up again. But you're getting these volume spikes up and then down to continue to manipulate this price. Whenever you see huge volume move like that, but price is not changing, that's manipulation. Because typically, if you get huge volume spikes like this, the price is going one direction or the other. It's either huge volume of sell volume and the price is nuking, or huge volume and buy volume and the price is pumping. But if you get these big parabolic volume moves, right, and the price is literally staying the same, that's manipulation. So that's market makers suppressing price, whether it's to the upside or to the downside.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's a good sign for anyone that is invested in stuff on the Ethereum network. So it's like if they're suppressing the price and manipulating the price like this, it's to me that's bullish because it shows that they're trying to accumulate more and more and more of it before the inevitable pump comes here in the next few months. So it's like if they're trying to keep the price down, they keep sending it back down to reaccumulate. That means they're buying.
Right.
They're buying up Ethereum. They're not doing it for no reason. If they didn't care to accumulate more of it, they just let it fly. They wouldn't give a shit.
Right.
So they're definitely planning on this going a hell of a lot higher in the near future. So
Absolutely.
it's not getting manipulated for no reason.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not by accident. So let me what's it called? I'm just gonna redraw the range so you guys can just kind of see what we're doing. Okay, move this back. So this is the range that we're in on Ethereum. So you have your deviation to the upside, just like we had on Bitcoin. You have your range symmetry, deviation to the downside. Beautiful, right? And then now we're back within the range. So that's what I'm saying. It's like Ethereum's not going anywhere. It's literally just been sitting in this range since what, December 19th. So over a month now. This is why people are losing their minds with price action, because their altcoins are bleeding because Ethereum's not doing anything. But in reality, it's just people are just accumulating. That's just what's happening right now. So, but you get the same thing as Bitcoin. So you get the range deviation to the top, range deviation to the bottom. So this is bull trap up top. This is bull trap. Get the people who are shorting, fuck them up. Get the people who are longing, fuck them up. Right? Beautiful. They kill the leverage traders, and then you come back in within the range. So, and you see this. Look at this fucking volume right here. This is people coming in and saying, and see how the price is not going up. Again, this is people anticipating the strategic Bitcoin reserve. Same thing over here, right? Huge volume, especially on Ethereum, though. They're pumping. They're fucking baiting ETH. There's so much volume here, but they're trying to suppress the price so much. So they're still trying to accumulate. So anyways, it's bullish. That's my point. If you guys haven't figured that out yet, it's bullish as fuck. You just got to be patient.
I mean, I think it's a good sign too that Ethereum is holding in the range. It's showing at least enough strength to maintain this range that it's been in, like you said. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely frustrating that alts are continuing to bleed, but I think the fact that ETH is holding this range at least is definitely a good sign. And yeah, I mean, I think if Trump buying not him, but World Liberty Financial buying $147 million in Ethereum the day prior and the day of inauguration doesn't tell you guys something about what's to come for the price of Ethereum over the next few months, I don't really know what else you want to hear. It's like you're worried about a little bit of, downside on your alts. You're worried about Ethereum not moving the way that Bitcoin has been the past couple months. It's like he's buying $147 million. You guys don't think that there's some calculation behind that move? You think they just did it for the fuck of it? It's like this is such a calculated thing. It's like they know so much more than we do. Like Trump knows what the plan is. I mean, he has control of the House, he has control of the Senate. I mean, he's appointing people that are actually pro crypto to help get regulations pushed through. Like he knows what he's capable of. He also knows exactly what the game plan is. And he's telling his investment company to purchase $147 million of this asset.
Correct.
So, he's not doing it to lose money. And I'm going to trust the judgment of our president and what his people are doing a lot more than I'm going to trust my emotions seeing red days after red days right now. Because a couple months from now, it's not going to matter.
It won't. It really won't. And that's what people got to understand is local price action. If you check your portfolio every single day and care about the price, which I understand you're going to do anyways. Everybody's going to do it anyways. You have to understand you can't do that for multi-month, multi-year swing trades. So your thesis can't be on a multi-month basis, yet you worry and stress about the daily price action, because your thesis is not on daily, it's on monthly. So you got to look at it monthly price action. Is everything going as the plan on the monthly basis? So yeah, you just can't get stressed about it. You're going to have drawdown. That's the whole fucking point of holding altcoins. You're going to get fucking destroyed, but to the upside, you're going to pump the Valhalla. So once ETH does eventually break out of this supply overhead, which is about 3,800, once we finally break out of here, we're going to fucking pump to 4,000, 4,100. And then once we break out of there, it's all-time highs. We're slicing right through to all-time highs. So I aped more Andy and Wolf this morning. I'm going to buy more tomorrow. It's DCA time, baby. It's like you would pray and hope to God that you would have these entries if you didn't have them already. If you got them, then you get them. So you got to take advantage of them. It's like, right? This is the way that you, this is the last point I'll make and I'll let you go. You have to remember, if you are bullish Bitcoin, you have to be bullish Ethereum. And if you are bullish Ethereum, then you have to be bullish Ethereum beta. That's the way you got to look at it. So don't look at what your altcoin bags are doing right now. Don't worry about them. What are they tethered to? Ethereum. What's Ethereum tethered to? Tethered to Bitcoin. So if you think Bitcoin's going to go higher, then Ethereum's going to go higher too. Whether it outperforms Bitcoin or not, we'll wait to see. Hopefully it does. We finally see ETH BTC pump. But either way, if Bitcoin goes higher, ETH will go higher. If ETH will go higher, your altcoin bags will go higher. So that's the way you got to look at it. So are you bullish Bitcoin or not? If the answer is yes, then buy more ETH beta.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, the last point I would make is, how much lower do you really think at this point in the cycle, how much lower do you really think Ethereum and your altcoins can go?
Right.
So if you think everything is pretty much floored right now and it's about as low as it's going to get, I mean, the boys club, yeah. I mean, this is what the lowest it's been since when? So since November, since November, beginning of November. Obviously over the summer, late spring or early fall into the winter time. So there was, a little bit of time there where it was slightly lower than it is now, but this is pretty much the lowest Brett's been since really all the way back the beginning of summer. Like there, it dipped a little bit lower down to like 6 cents beginning of September. But really, we haven't seen it significantly lower than current price since beginning of June. So at this point in the cycle, whenever Ethereum's expected to outperform Bitcoin, and this is when alts historically start to take off, it's like, yeah, what your altcoins, if you're in the boys club, may bleed another 10, 15%. Literally worst case scenario. Same for Ethereum. If they decide they want to sweep, 3,000 or 3,100 one more time before they send it. So it's like, are you really going to capitulate now and save yourself a 10 or 15% loss to end up screwing yourself out of a 10 to 15x on the upside whenever all this shit moves? It's like, how much lower do you really think it can go?
Absolutely.
So are you going to capitulate when it's floored? Like, in what universe would you sell whenever you think the asset is as low as it's going to go?
Exactly.
It doesn't make any, at this point, like, yeah, maybe if you would have done it back the beginning of December and you were up 200-300% on your boys club and you're like, all right, yeah, you know what, let me recognize some profits here. I think there's going to be a pullback coming, which, I don't think we expected it quite this much, but everything's been super volatile. At that point, it makes sense. Wait till you get a pullback, maybe back to close to your original entry, hop back in. It's a good move. At this point, though, selling at these levels is like selling at Brett under 10 cents is
foolish.
Yeah, you're not going to make it. Sorry. But yeah, I think that's just important to remember right now. It's like you're going to save yourself maybe a 10 or 15% additional pullback to cost yourself 1,000 to 1,500% upside. So the choice is yours, gentlemen.
Yeah, and I'm just saying this as an example. I obviously didn't. Where the fuck did it go? What the hell? I'll give you guys a free play here on YouTube just because you guys have been so good watching the whole time. Where the hell did my other fucking target or text go? I have
Houdini.
it. If you were to sell, if you did sell, okay, if you're a trader and you're looking at this technically and you're saying, all right, I want to be a profitable trader, what should I have done here? You enter Brett over here at range lows, even if you want to move this range low to right here. Sure, you can do that, however you want to do it. Get a little bit more confidence there. If you are a swing trader and you're trying to be profitable and you want to trade these assets, you should be aping Brett close to the range lows. And then as soon as you broke out of the top of the range right here and you came back down and retested, came back down and then started breaking down, you sell on the retest of the resistance. So you should have sold right here. Once it was confirmed that the breakout was a failed breakout. So it broke out of the range, came up here, came back down, retested, came back up, and then it broke down back into the range. That's a failed breakout. So you don't sell down here. You sell on the retest of the resistance. We retest the resistance, you sell up here. This is where you should have sold if you're going to take profits. Again, I didn't sell. I wouldn't have sold because I know that this is going to end up going up here, which is a 4x from wherever I had that current price, but it's definitely much higher than a 4x now. Now it would be, and this is going to be your one free play on YouTube that we'll give you. If you buy Brett down here now, this is going to be a, 4x. No, 5x. 5x. So now it's a 5x from down here. So you don't sell down here, basically is my point. This is not where you sell. You sell at the range breakout, failed range breakout up here. Okay? You didn't sell up there. Don't sell down here. That's not profitable trading. What you do down here is you say, all right, here's our demand. This would be the lowest low that Brett actually hits, would be in this demand region, which we actually almost tagged it, and I drew this beforehand. It was already on here when I popped on the chart. So it already almost tagged the demand. When Brett was right here, here's still fine too. You're close enough. This is where you start shoving Brett. Or if you think it's going to come back down and actually sweep this low at 7 cents, we're right now at 8.8 cents. If you really think it's going to come down and sweep this low, then yeah, you wait until you get down in here, and then you see this move, right? And what happened the last time we came down into this low?
Valhalla.
You get a big fucking pump. So that's what you do. Right now is shove time. Right now is buy time. You get your average cost down if you were buying up in here. You get your average cost down in here. You keep buying, and then you wait for this swing, which this time, as long as ETH goes into price discovery, which it will, this time Brett is going to do this. So instead of just stopping here, which would be a 3x, almost a 3x, you're going to at least hit this first fib, which is a almost a 5x. Okay. And that's base case for Brett. That would be, nothing impressive, nothing special. So there's your play. So there you go. If you're not inside the Taylor's code, and you're not inside of the private crypto plays, you're not getting, you want a little entry, you want a nice little trade, there you go. I gave you Brett. So you wait till Brett either starts curling back up here and you start shoving, or if we do get a little bit more downside, you wait till Brett gets to about 8 cents, 7.5 cents down in this demand zone. This is where you start shoving, and you hold till at least, if you want to be a coward, you can sell at like 26, 27 cents. But the first bit of fib confluence is right here. This is the fib confluence. You get 1.618 and 2.618 on log and linear, literally matched right up at 40 cents. I would not be selling until about 40 cents. Okay. So that would be your target on Brett, 40 cents. It's not. That's really nothing. I mean, if ETH goes into price discovery and starts pulling 10, 12, 15,000, Brett obviously will go way higher than that, but that would be your entry and that would be your exit. Take profit. So the RR is huge. Very low downside, very low risk, massive upside. This is where you start buying. Okay. Cool. Anything else, Bees?
No, all good, brother.
Cool. All right. I say that's pretty fucking solid. We gave him some fire, showed him the context of the situation. Oh, look at that. Bitcoin's pumping. Who could have foreseen?
Oh my.
Oh my. After this massive crime right here, we start pumping.
Study new all-time highs today.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, once we get that announcement from the Bukele meeting. Come on, Bukele, pump our bags. You know he's gonna be in there fucking. And here's the thing.
We should start calling him Bull Kelly.
Oh, Bull Kelly. Come on, Bull Kelly. Here's the thing with that meeting with Bukele. The reason it's gonna go so well is Bukele's incentivized to shill Bitcoin. He's gonna shill the fuck out of it because if he shills Bitcoin to the president of the United States and we make the reserve, his bags are gonna pump to fucking Valhalla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's moonboying it.
Oh, he's gonna move. He's Trump. It's gonna go to $5 million of Bitcoin. I'm telling you, it. Yeah, he's gonna bull post his bags.
He's a good salesman too. He's very like composed and very he's a stud. He's gonna do well. He'll definitely close Trump for sure.
For sure. No, yeah, he will. It will be good.
Trump wants to do it, dude. He loves it.
Oh yeah.
He definitely wants to do it. He's looking for reasons to do it for sure.
100%. Yeah. I was actually gonna give him a Solana play, but nah, they're gonna have to join the Taylor's code for that.
You start with Z.
Nope. Secret. All right, gentlemen. Outside of that, we're good to go. If you haven't already liked the stream, do us a favor, like the stream. All right, we gave you a lot of free juice. Like the stream, subscribe, turn on notifications for the YouTube because these live streams, when they go up, you want to make sure you're getting this information live because as soon as, a couple of days go by, some of the analysis, some of the entry points, you either missed them or the analysis would have changed due to the market behavior. So make sure you have the notifications on for the YouTube so you get this live information so you can actually apply it instantly. Subscribe, like the channel. If you haven't already joined the Taylor's Code, which I know many of you on the live stream have, I know there's plenty of people on YouTube that I see that comment on our videos that aren't in yet. Join the organization. Inside there, you can make money doing e-commerce with Bobby. Logan does fitness. So he does mentorship with fitness, gives you exercise routines, give you dietary and nutrient, what would you call that? Like regimens or?
Yeah. I mean, I talk a lot about the way that I eat, what I prioritize. I talk a lot about getting healthy sleep and what to focus on when it comes to sleeping. A lot of people underestimate how big of an impact that can make, not just on your day-to-day health, but on your overall longevity and mortality rate. It has a huge effect on it. Talk a lot about developing improved cardiovascular health, being able to build up your cardio, doing all kinds of different endurance exercises depending on your skill level. And then just a lot of overall general advice on strength training and going from string bean to not string bean.
To being a fucking savage. And Logan is definitely the guy for that. He's taught me a ton in terms of my health too, because I've always just been a gym rat. I'll go to the gym. I got muscles, it's fine. But he's taught me a lot about the technical things that improve, because my body was always good, but then I started taking some of the supplements that Bauer recommended to me. Boom, now the six-pack is cracking. I got the six-pack cracking. My cardio is getting better. I'm running again. So I definitely would recommend it. So that's all inside the Taylor's Code. So whether it's an income, whether it's just improving your overall health, we're going to improve you in all aspects because that's the whole point of having this network, this organization, is so that everybody improves financially, mentally, physically, because the more rich, the more wealthy, the more healthy that our organization is, the better we all perform. That's the whole point. It's about becoming a stronger network. The richer everybody is, the better that everybody is, the more money everybody makes. It's not just about fucking, money, but join the Taylor's Code. The link is in the description. If you want to actually have access to our private chat, the WhatsApp with live positions, when we're buying, when we're selling, new assets that we're accumulating before they go live on YouTube. Inside of the classroom section of the school community, once you join, there's going to be a course in there called Private Crypto Plays. Join that. Send me your WhatsApp. We'll get you added. I'll talk to you individually. Get you guys set up. Outside of that, though,
3 F's: finance, fitness, and faith.
ooh, yeah. And the fourth one. Should we be crass? Oh, you guys know what the fourth one is. All right. And then last thing I'll say,
What about the fifth one?
Ollie said Pumpino and Bull Kelly is a crazy duo.
Pino and Bull Kelly. Yeah, dude.
That's incredible. That's gonna be the Naeem. That's gonna be the title of the next stream. Pumpino x Bull Kelly is crazy duo. That's the next Market Professionals.
What about Michael Salehor?
Michael Salehor, Bull Kelly, and Pumpino. About to send us to Valhalla. My goodness. All right, let's get out of here.
We gotta get Baron in here too.
Oh yeah, they gotta change him to Bullin, not Baron. Bullin Trump.
Bull and Trump.
Oh goodness. All right, Harry.